Joining me today is Jim Rogers, chairman of Rogers Holdings. Jim, good to see you again. Thank you for joining us.
I'm delighted to be here, Daniela. How are you?
I'm doing great. And since about last time we spoke, you said that if gold doesn't rally when bad things are happening, then the correction isn't over. Now we're up a little bit this Thursday, but what's keeping gold from really taking off here, Jim?
Daniela, as I've said to you several times before, I'm still not a buyer until gold goes under $1,000 an ounce. I own gold. I hope I'm smart enough to buy a lot of gold when it gets there. But we had a huge blow off back in 2011, and I've been around long enough to know that huge blow offs usually take a long time to correct. In my view, that's what's going on. I mean, I'm not a very good trader, but that's how I see the world.
So with the tough summer it's been for gold, Jim, I know you've said in the past many times that you buy it when gold is down. Was that a good time for you?
Not yet. I'm still waiting for 950 or some 950 US dollars an ounce or something like that. It may not get there. If it doesn't, it's okay. I own a lot of gold, but that's what I plan to do, Daniela. If it gets there, I hope I'm smart enough and brave enough to buy a lot of gold, because before this is over, Daniel, gold is going to turn into a very overpriced asset. It might even turn into a bubble.
Let's move on to equities now, Jim. Stock markets, as you know, have climbed even higher since the last time we spoke. Are valuations just overstretched here, and is now a risk-on or a risk-off period?
Well, Daniel, if you say markets, I mean, there are many markets in the world that have collapsed or are down a lot. You're talking about the United States stock market?
Yeah, let's look at the U.S.
Well, believe it or not, that's not the only market in the world, Daniela. Yeah, the U.S. market's making all-time highs. I'm not interested in buying any market making all-time highs, and it looks like it might well go higher. If Trump comes up with some good news for a while instead of all this bad news, you could have a blow-off in the U.S. stock market.
Right.
You could have one final move, but I'm not smart enough to buy blow-offs. I don't know how to do that.
I know we also spoke about how you foresaw or could easily see an over 50% correction happening in the U.S. stock market. Are you sticking to that?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be worse than that, Daniela. But when the next time we have a bear market, and I wish I were smart enough to know when, it's going to be the worst in my lifetime. 2008, we had a problem because of too much debt. Daniela, the debt has gone through the roof since 2008. The Federal Reserve in America alone has increased its balance sheet by 500% in 10 years. I mean, that's unheard of. Nothing like that has ever happened in history. And these are crazy things going on.
Jim, I'd love to get your thoughts now on, the NAFTA deal unfolding and dismantling here. What kind of a risk would that pose to someone's portfolio?
Well, if it turns into a trade war, and Mr. Trump keeps saying he wants trade wars, it's not good for anybody. Nobody's ever won a trade war, and trade wars have never been good for anybody. We saw that the Mexicans and the Americans did something recently, but I look at what details we have, and I say, what's going on here? This is bad for America. It means that prices are going to go up in the United States. How is that good for anybody at all? Maybe there are other details I don't know about, but so far what's being negotiated, Mr. Trump keeps saying it's a triumph, but I'm an American citizen, and there are 325 million of us. It doesn't look good for us from what I can see.
All right, Jim, final words for investors. I love asking you what you're buying or selling right now. So right now in this time, what does Jim Rogers love?
I cannot think of anything I love. I've learned in my life that if I love something, I should not do it. I should learn the other way. When I get too enthusiastic and I cannot wait to buy something, I need to calm down, go to the beach, or do something. So at the moment, I don't love anything. Zimbabwe. I'm buying Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe was ruined for 40 years by a crazy dictator. There's a new guy. He may be worse, he may be better, but he's certainly different. So you should think about Zimbabwe if you're looking for something to buy.
All right. Jim Rogers, always appreciate speaking with you. Thank you so much.